Hello and welcome back to Unicast Administrators. Today we are going to talk about two given websites that I use in order to understand something that I don't understand from a Linux perspective when it comes to a specific command or how to make values specifically for cron jobs. So we are going to talk about Crontab Guru and Explainshell, and you may be asking yourself, why should we use Explainshell? Why should we use a website like Explainshell when we have manual pages inside Linux? A manual page, for example, like we would want to see what the lsblk command does. We would use the manual page for that by running the command man lsblk, where we can see different parameters. We have an explanation of the command itself, and then we have arguments that we can use with that command. And for example, you can also use parameters like -fs, which outputs info about the file system. So why should you use an external source when you have the manual page from inside the Linux itself? Well, let's give another example, and then we will discuss about Explainshell, and we'll illustrate an example there as well. Let's say that I want to run this particular command, which will do an analysis of the var mount point and all of its subdirectories and files. It will sort those files and directories in a human readable way and in reverse, and it will show me only the first 15 results as well. As soon as I run this command, because I'm using du for disk usage, it will tell me exactly which file and which subdirectory takes up most of the space inside the var mount point. So let's run that. Alright, so here is our result, where we can see on the first element we have the var mount point itself, which shows us the total size, that it has 6.5 gigabytes. And from below we can see which file inside which subdirectory takes up most of my space. But let's pretend that we would not know what this command mean or what this command does. So if I want to use the manual page, I can do man du for disk usage, which is the command. But let's see, if we try to add the values for it, we will be prompted here with a couple of arguments. But you see, this is what we searched for, and this is our output. You cannot really combine arguments with a given command for the manual page to see its manual page. But you can do you can open the manual page for the command itself without any arguments, and this will give you the small description of that given command from the manual page, and it will also prompt it with all of the arguments that you can use. And you can have a look at different pages. For example, we have here the see also information, where we can take this website and view more information there. But if I want, for example, to take this command, I'm going to copy this command, and let's see what Explainshell does. If I throw here this command and I search for it, you'll see that it will show us what disk usage does, what -a and h arguments do, and so on. So basically it breaks down your entire command with all of your given arguments, and it explains each and every single one what it does. And as you can see here, it even explains us what the pipe symbol does in Linux. Of course, we do have quite a long explanation for pipe here, but if I remove my pipe, let's say, and run this without the pipe, let me remove it from head as well. There we go. So if we remove it from here, if we remove the pipelines, you will see that we have explanations for these parameters and for these arguments as well. And it even shows us the mount point where it focuses with the command. Now, if you really want to see the full power of Explainshell, you can run your commands here with all of your arguments, symbols, rejects, pipes, and so on. And you can see an explanation for each and every single one of them. And Explainshell uses the manual page that you can see in Linux, but the advantage for this one is that you can search for fully written and fully compiled commands. You don't have to search for them individually, just for the command and then to look for arguments and so on. You can attach a command here entirely with its argument, and you'll have an explanation for each and every single one of them. We can search for something different. For example, let's see what lsblk does, and it tells us that it lists block devices. And if we go back to our Linux server, we can run man lsblk, and we can see the arguments here. We have -a for all, -b for bytes, -d for no depths, and so on. And if we go back to our Explainshell, we can do this. We can combine arguments -a, -d, -fs, -b, and -l. Let's see. So even though you don't really combine commands with the arguments like this, at least not for lsblk, maybe there is a scenario where you want to do something specifically and you are not sure if you can reach that. There you can run this command in Explainshell and you can see it broken down bit by bit, and you have explanation for each and every single thing. So what happens if we try to run this command inside our Linux server? Let's see if we have some results. And yes, we do. So if you are unsure what the command does with arguments given to it, you can run this in Explainshell, and as soon as you get comfortable that that's what you want to do, you can run your command inside your server. Now, I do recommend, I always say that you should always take advantage of the manual page from Linux, but if there are cases where, I don't know, you need to have an output of a particular given command that you copied from the internet and you want to see exactly what it does, then you can use Explainshell to do that. And another best practice that you should keep in mind is that even if you have an explanation for a given command, it's better to not just run it if you don't fully understand its meaning. Even if it's broken down by Explainshell and you have a definition for each and every single argument. Another best thing to do is just to run your commands inside your controlled environment, inside your server or inside your laptop. Test what that command does, and then once you are confident that you fully understood what that command do, then you can run it inside your server. And another website that I would like to talk to you about, because from time to time I'm also using this myself, it's the Crontab Guru. So what the Crontab Guru does, or what the Crontab Guru do, it's that you can give specific values here for minutes, for day of the month, for the month itself, or for the day of the week. And when you are not too sure what to do, you can have a look first thing either at the manual page of the cron itself, where, for example, if you run man 5 crontab, you'll be prompted with a page for file formats, more like an administrative page for Crontab, where we have a bunch of description here. But starting from here, from cron 8 examines cron entries every minute and so on, you have an explanation of each and every single field, what this does. So basically, you see that we have minute, first, hour, day of the month, and day of the week. We have a few examples here of things that you can combine and do inside Crontab to schedule your automatic jobs. And we have a few examples here. For example, this one runs 5 minutes after midnight every day, and so on. That's one way of checking your Crontab. Another one would be to look into cron itself. So for example, if you look into Crontab you will have an example here, or actually not an example, but you'll have an explanation of what each and every single asterisk symbol does or what it represents. Well, all of the things that we have done using the manual page or by simply cutting this etc crontab file, we can reach that in a few seconds in the Crontab Guru website. So we can see here that the first asterisk, as soon as we highlight it, it also highlights what it represents. So it represents the minute, then the hour, day of the month, and day of the week. So for example, let's say that I want at the minute 15, at the hour, let's say 8, on, let's say, on the 7th of each month. So basically this means that on the 7th of each given month, on that specific date, it will run a specific command. For month, we will leave it like that because we want it to happen on every month. And day of the week, we can also leave it like that. Usually here we have 0 for Sunday, 1 for Monday, 2 for Tuesday, and so on. And once we get to Sunday again, it will become 7 once again. But because we said that we want this particular command to run on 7th of each month, we will revert this back to the asterisk. And then you can run your command. So let's say that maybe we want at the hour 8 and 15 minutes on the day of 7th of each month, we want that our server to run this particular command. So let's say touch var lib I don't know, process 1. Maybe this is something that you want, and this is how you can test your Crontab. Now the only downside to this website is that as you can see here, as soon as I have added my command, it started to be red, because this website, it's not meant to test commands. Running Crontab, it's only meant to help you figure out exactly at which minute, at which hour, on which day, on which month, week, and so on you want to run your cron jobs. So this website, it's meant only to help you guide through your tasks that you have to do with cron. And then again, you can always look at the manual page for Crontab. Use man5 Crontab because this is the administrative page that also has the examples for Crontab. If you run man Crontab without 5, you'll be thrown to the manual page with the index 8, and you can see here on the right hand corner of the screen we have Crontab 5, and the Crontab 8 page for Crontab does not have the examples. So you can go with the man5 command for Crontab, and you have here a few examples, but maybe these are not the ones to really help you. You have a few examples as well here and so on, but we also have a few Crontab examples here for annually, yearly, monthly, and so on. Maybe this is not exactly what you need. Maybe you don't have a real example here, but that's how you can use Crontab Guru to reach your goal. So for example, if I want this to run at 11 p.m. at exactly 11 p.m., and this is something that you can do. Let's say that instead of day of the month, I would like this to repeat on every Saturday. So on every Saturday at exactly 23 or 11 p.m., your server should be rebooted. So you'll do, I don't know, sudo sbin reboot or something like that. But you see, as soon as I add my command, it will start to be red. It will be highlighted in red, because again, Crontab Guru, it's not meant to help you run commands in it to see how commands are working. It's only meant to help you schedule your Crontabs based on the time of the day or of the week or of the month that you want to run that specific Crontab. So pretty much this was it. These are the two websites that from time to time I go back to. I use them from time to time as well. I would recommend that you stay focused only on manual pages because it's easier to access them when you are working on an let's say environment that does not have, I don't know, a proxy setup, so you cannot reach external websites, or you don't have network connection at all. But when you have cases where Crontab, the manual page for Crontab or the manual page for any other command does not help you, you can always revert to explainshell.com or to crontab.guru. You can always use these ones as well. So pretty much this is it. I hope this will help you, and I hope you like this. If you did like this, then please consider leaving a like to the video, and also why not leave a comment down below and let me know what you would like to see next, and if you're interested in more websites like this. And I would appreciate if you can hit the subscribe button, because that also helps me, and doing that, it will also show you each and every single time when I post a new video, and you will have a new notification as soon as I post new video and new contents. So guys, again, thank you very much for taking the time to watch my video. I hope this will help you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Have a nice day and all the best. Cheers.